Hello. So today I'm going to be ranking all of my favorite movies from all year this year, 2024. But keep in mind, I have not seen every movie of this year. So yeah, I'm really not someone who should be making a list like this, but this is only my top movies of the year. It might not even be 10 movies, might not even be five, just the few to me that have been the best of this year. So without further ado, let's start. The first movie on my list is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, or Planet of the Apes 4 in this new trilogy. So, yeah, what to say about this movie? I think the main protagonist's name was Noah, but yeah, I think he was a pretty good protagonist. To be honest, a lot of the movie was kind of boring to me, but what stood out the most to me was the great CGI once again, really. I've been watching the what was it, Planet of the Apes prequels slash remakes ever since I was a little kid, and I've always loved the CGI in them. Seriously, the mocap technology with the cameras in front of their face and how they've been able to get every single minute detail, and even how I don't know if the new actors for this movie did it, but even the actor who played the first ape, Caesar, Andy Serkis, that was his name. He studied real life chimps and did things in the movies that only chimps would do. For example, I think he mentioned that whenever his character Caesar was nervous, he wouldn't show it on his face like a human. He did a certain expression, I think it was like, woo, 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 because he said that he found out that that's how chimps express that emotion. So yeah, just the little things, subtleties in their performances were really amazing to me. And I like the character Raka too, the wise orangutan character, because, hold on. All right, I'm back. It was nothing. So, yeah, I like the Raka character. I thought he was really unexpectedly funny, and he really did strike me as a wise ape who, at this point in the Planet of the Apes saga slash timeline, I am so impressed and happy that the apes finally have. Like, it's coming full circle to these classic cinema tropes for characters like the wise elder, and now we have an ape who's like that. That was just amazing. And yeah, I like how he was, I think I just said this, but he was, excuse me, unexpectedly funny. Like when he dropped the backpack when that girl was speaking for the first time, and how he was talking to, what was his name, Noah in the cave. I'm not going to spoil it, but when he was first talking to him, it really gave his character some nice comedy to him. So yeah, the CGI was great once again, and to be honest, even though the movie wasn't that intriguing to me, because it was mostly just this linear, very slow not story, but journey across this long stretch of land that Noah was doing, I am kind of intrigued to see how the next film goes if they make a sequel, because I'm not sure if this gave the kind of success they need to start a new saga. My number 4 best movie of the year 2024 is Transformers 1. The, I think, prequel to some other Transformers movies, so I think it's going to be its own saga. I'm so excited for it. So, what did I like about this movie? A lot. Ever since I was a kid, even when I saw the old Michael Bay Transformers movies, to be honest, I wasn't that impressed by the designs. I thought it was very dull in color. I think that's what they were going for, to make it more dark and gritty and realistic. But when I saw how the Transformers looked in other media, like in, I can't think of anything in particular, but I noticed they were a lot more colorful. Their designs were a lot more badass and simple, and I thought, I want to see that in the movies. And now we finally have that in this movie, and this is definitely the kind of movie I would love if I were a kid, and the kind I love now. My god, I love the progression of the characters throughout the movie, like with their designs, how the more cogs that they get, and what was it, oh yeah, how Megatron and Optimus Prime, when they become their final forms, they look like they're a lot bulkier, a lot buffer, a lot more colorful. They even look a lot harder. I don't know if you noticed, but their angles were a lot more not cut, but just sharper and more angular to make them look more violent on Megatron's side, and more aggressive and stronger and just more sure of themselves. So I really liked the progression of their characters there. And I thought Chris Hemsworth did an amazing job as Optimus Prime, really. especially with just his voice, how he went from sounding kind of unsure of himself at the beginning of the movie to at the end, after everything he goes through, like being, okay, I'm not gonna spoil it, but after everything he goes through, just him, my God, how his voice sounds a lot more kind of monotone, like Peter Welker's, I think that's the original actor's name for Optimus Prime. He sounds more like his voice. I thought that was a great touch. What else? Keegan Michael P. No, Keegan Michael Key was hilarious again as Bumblebee. Really, I loved how he was the comic relief of this movie. And Brian Tyrese Henry, just amazing. Really, I know he's a great actor. I haven't gotten to see him in a lot of things. I've heard his voice in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and I think Into the Spider-Verse, those two movies, if you know which ones I'm talking about. I know he can have this crazy, just what's the word, variation with his voice, so that's amazing. And I really bought his whole transformation just through his voice as Megatron, so I think he did a great job in the role as well. And I'm absolutely down for any more sequels they make. I'm pretty sure they are making some, and I really want to see them. My third favorite movie of the year 2024 is Alien Romulus. Yes. So, where do I start? Oh yeah, sorry, it's raining outside really hard right now, but my God, the alien at the very end of the movie, I'm gonna try not to spoil anything, but if you know, you know. Oh my God, he was a perfect and creepy, just terrifying surprise. I even immediately recognized who was playing him, which was so great to see him again in movies, because I used to watch, again, let me just be vague so I don't spoil it to anyone who hasn't seen it. I used to watch videos of him back when I was in high school, so it's good to see he has this crazy thing to his name now. So yeah, let me just stop talking about it so I don't spoil anything else. What else? Okay, I thought the acting was really good, and how the actors, they really seem like these punk, either teenagers or young adults living in some kind of slum in what sounds a lot like London. I know it's not. I know it's a planet that barely gets any sunlight, which might be a metaphor for London, but my God, that was just incredible. I think the director of this movie, his name was Alfonso Cuarón. I think he's a Spanish actor. If anyone knows, can you let me know in the comments? Thanks. But I really think he nailed the atmosphere in just the few minutes of the movies. That's one thing I love about sci-fi movies. Whenever they show these dystopian worlds where they're living in some city with these strict laws or where everything sucks, just seeing everyone interact so doom and gloomy to each other, I don't know, I just like it. It really makes it feel like it's its own alive world, really. And oh my God, hold on. And Alien Romulus, what else? But yeah, I thought their acting was just great. It didn't seem too over the top or unrealistic. It seemed kind of natural, and I feel like with the amount of profanity that they used, like with the younger cast, it really fit the characters. And I thought the character, what was his name? I don't want to be too specific, so I don't spoil it to anyone who hasn't seen it, so I'll just be very vague. That character in the movie who was taken care of by that other character. Yeah, the guy who was kind of slow on the team. And I just thought the actor did great as him, because he does have some scenes where he really does change in the movie. If you know, you know. And I thought, wow, this actor is just nailing every single kind of phase that this character goes through. And I really did believe that he was a character like that who was having this crazy transformation in the movie. My God. But let me say something I didn't like too much and that really stood out to me, and it was the CGI, what was it? CGI Ash, the robot from the original movies. I know it was made with CGI with the blessing of his family, the actor's family, because he passed away a few years ago. But it just stood out to me so much. It looked like there was nothing there. I at least want to be fooled by the CGI into thinking that there is something there, something moving, but there, it just looked like it was all computer, was it computer animated, like there was just floating nothing there. So I really think they should have made some attempt to make some kind of prosthetic that looked a lot like him.